So Argentina against Russia, as you can see the rain falling here at the So-Con Paul Stadium. Willie Lacey with you. Ollie Phillips joins me in commentary, former England captain, Sevens captain, and Ollie, the rain is going to make a big difference here on day 3.
It is. It's going to change the whole dynamic of how teams play. And Russia will be quite excited about that. They've got an opportunity here with their power play to try and disrupt the Argentinians. But the Argies, we know they're so good in their breakdown zone, so physical in that contact area. Going to be a great battle, these two.
As you saw Russia's results, they played very well in their last match. They saved their best for last in the match against England, drawing that 12-all, and the same with Argentina. A comprehensive victory against Portugal at the end of yesterday. French referee Alex Ruiz in control of his 103rd match. Russians in the red shirts, Los Pumas in their traditional blue and white. Currently 6th on the standings, and Russia are just 4 points ahead of Portugal on the World 7 Series. So points are on everything now that we're into the last 4 tournaments. And let's see how it plays out today. Argentinian Tukulet gets us underway. Russia will get first possession inside their own half. A good catch from Galinoski. Russians really gave England a run for their money last night, and they had an opportunity to actually win the game. It was mistakes like that that has cost them in this tournament, but an Argentinian hand must have got in there because the referee says play on. Slippery ball means concentration has to be at its best, and here are Russia just a metre away from their own goal line. They've lost the ball again. So a sloppy start here, Ollie, from both teams, and a bit of football from Rizzoni.
Yeah, it's really messy, isn't it? That ball's a little bit like a bar of soap out there. Greasy as the rain just starts to come down. It's going to be the side that can manage the conditions the most that'll come away with the win.
Great attacking opportunity. Rizzoni, a 17-metre blind, and that's where he's going to go. Straight away identifies that that's where the space is. He's got too much strength and power. And Rizzoni opens the Argentinian account. And that is Nicolas's 54th try in the World 7 Series.
A really good opportunistic try from him here. Backing himself, Rizzoni, using the fen and his power just to get over those 3-4 yards. Good score from them, straight up. Good confidence from the man as well.
Nicolas Rizzoni, the 30-year-old, made his debut in Dubai some 10 years ago, back in 2006. A quality player and one of the leading, most experienced players. And speaking of tries, here's a man who knew how to score them. Santiago Gomez Corda, still the top try scorer in the series with 230.
He was a huge advocate of the old kick and chase, Gomez Corda, in these sorts of conditions where he'd come alive, boot to ball, diving in, sliding around. Outstanding servant for Argentinian rugby.
And Gaston Raval goes deep again and asks questions of the Russians to try and bring the ball from inside their own 22, big and strong. Now the Argentinians, and now it becomes a ruck. He's got to try and get to the ground, which he has done. Big lineup of men out to the left, but he decides to go the right-hand side, does Galinoski, and now the kick and chase. I think he's going to have the pace to get there first, and the ball goes over the dead ball line. Did he force it?
Oh, I don't know, did he touch that down, Willie? I'm not sure. Referee's given it, but I'm not sure if that was a genuine bit of grounding from the Argentinian.
Well, play on, because Rizzoni, the try scorer, has the ball in hand. He's got players out to his right as well. Real pace comes on. The injection of pace. Rizzoni 2-on-1 if they draw and pass, but that wasn't a great pass, and unfortunately for the Argentinians, Cancelete couldn't control it. So the Russians.
So unfortunate there. They were just such a good run of play. Lovely little offloading interchange between the Argentinians. And there the weather again just dictating the ball just not going to hand.
Sozanov had it there, and they've got some players out to the left here if they can transfer the ball. Now they just need someone to inject some pace into the line. 3-on-1, and the pass has gone forward. So just those little micro skills are the question. And did he force it here, the Argentinian player?
Let's see here, just slightly in, coming behind. Oh, was that downward pressure? The referee's given that. Probably the right call in the end as Revol just waits. Good timing from him, good patience to make sure the ball gets over the line, but ever so close.
5 errors made in the opening 4.5 minutes of the game. Testimony to the difficult conditions here.
I think that's going to be indicative throughout the afternoon and throughout the entire day's plays of the knockouts. Who can manage those error counts? Who can keep them down to a minimum?
Come through too quickly, and Luna taps and goes. Now they look on the outside. A good break there from Estelles, and here is Cancelleri. Luna's been good in the opening few minutes, and now they're going to finish it easily through Echard. His 4th try here in Hong Kong for 2016. 32nd try in his career.
It's a really good try, this is, but it's all about the support runners. They go wide, nice offload inside, and it's just about the flooding of Argentina. As soon as they make that line break, players off their shoulders, and Echard's the one to profit. But there's 3-4 options there that make that try possible. Really good work rate from the Argentinian side.
Top try scorer for Argentina here in Hong Kong for the weekend, the 22-year-old. And that's a lovely conversion from a difficult position. There he is, just 22 years old. Played in the Argentinian under-20s in France in 2013, and also in New Zealand in 2014. Was captain of the Argentinian Sevens as a 21-year-old rep from Buenos Aires at the World Cup Sevens in 2013 in Moscow. Nice high restart, giving Luna a chance to get up, and it's been battered down, and here come Russia on the attack. Just some patience needed here. The right option as well, leaving the ball there so it's still in play. Great hustle from Los Pumas. The ball is there, and you can't play it from an offside position. Like the way that the Argentinians attack that area. They're really confident, aren't they, at the breakdown?
They are. It's a key facet of their game that they work on really, really hard all the time. Hit that breakdown, try and be aggressive, get on your feet and blast through. And in these conditions, you can make it a real nightmare. And we see there the ball given away 6 times already by the Russians. It's not necessarily because of the mistakes they're making, but it's the pressure that Argentina are putting on them.
And spread right across the field are the Argentinians, and so they go to the set pod. Now they'll run angles and pass the ball in behind Luna, who ran beautifully, and they get through the gap. Ball is presented back to Luna, and they'll come back to where they started. Rizzoni is out here, back in the pocket. That's the siren at the end of the half. And how do they finish? Tukulit takes it to the line. Missed tackles, and they're starting to mount now for the Russians. A good tackle there by Babaev, but it's cleared. Rizzoni had Estelles out to his right-hand side, but now he decides to go back to where the heavy traffic is, and you can see that there's more Argentinians out to the left than Russian defenders. Some of those passes not as accurate as they need to be. Rizzoni takes it to the middle and then says to Luna, show us a bit of footwork and take it to the line. Good angles being run here from Argentina. They're starting to queue up. And Cancelleri can't control the ball. The build-up was good. The execution, unfortunately, wasn't.
No, and it was some really good patient play from Argentina. They worked the space, that opening, but it's about ball management. It's a fantastic tackle, catching him from the blind side, dislodging the ball as we come into half-time.
And Argentina leading Russia 12 points to 0.
Ребята, нету мяча, надо контролировать мяч. Реально, сами все делаем. Парни, ребята, мы играем контратактически. Нужно подержать мяч, и все. Делать лишний раз, мы нужно контроль мяча, не встают сзади. Не такие же дают. Что, схватку направо поставим, Илюха направо бьет?
Plenty of encouragement there from Stanislav Bondarev from the bench. The 27-year-old. His team is still in it. Some of the experienced players there as well, Ollie, wanting to make sure that they get their contribution into what Santiago Gomez-Corda had to say. This game is certainly not won at half-time.
It's not, but I love just looking at that. All those half-time huddles. I miss the animation and the excitement, enthusiasm. People trying to get their points over so they can make sure they stay ahead in this second half. But what's going to be interesting to see, Willie, is how these sides handle the conditions today. We mentioned the rain's come down, it's now stopped, but it's still a bit greasy out there. Do they kick long? Do they kick short? Back their D. Let's have a look.
Second half begins with the Russians trailing by 12 points. Deep into the Argentinian half, controlled by Echard to Bruzoni. Takes the ball and pops the pass up for Luna. He breaks the first tackle but can't get away from the attention of Lazarenko. Well, they're taking a more shorter and direct route here. The Argentinians, good footwork there from Echard. Buys a little bit of time and then he goes straight again. 2-on-1, the draw and pass. That tackle looked a little bit dangerous, but Javier Ortega Desio goes in to score the first try for him in Hong Kong in 2016. Great play from Los Pumas.
It really is, but it starts here from the number 9. The footwork of Echard, in-out pace, and then it's about awareness. There, look at the Russians all over the place, 6s and 7s, puts it through the hands, and as a result, he's created all the space out wide. And then it's really well finished by Ortega Deseo there. Wonderful fend from him, using his power. Great try for Argentina.
The last appearance was in Vegas in 2012. He scored 15 tries, his first tournament of the season. The back rower, great to have him back. Argentina played in the Olympic qualifier in Santa Fe that gave Argentina the ticket to Rio in 2016.
17-0 Argentina lead. The range just started to come down again. We just see on our screens. I'd like to see if Argentina kick deep here and back their defence. So aggressive at the breakdown. You kick it short, 50-50 calls. If you go long, you can force some errors.
Well, that's what they're going to do, because that's what they did in the first half as well, as ask Russia to bring it out from their own 22. The wide pass, that's a dangerous ball to throw. Risky here, and they've taken it back, have the Russians, which will mean it's a 5-metre scrum. That was an awful pass, and Filatov did the best that he could to try and control it. That's not what you want to be doing in your own 22.
That's not. He won't be on his Christmas card list after that one, but that's all about pressure from Argentina. You kick long, you've got to make sure defensively you're all up in numbers, all over them, and that's what they do so well.
Nicholas Bruzoni, the man putting pressure on Eduard Filatov. Pass there from Babaev. And straight away, he's been benched. Three missed tackles from the Russians, and one has led to a try.
Thank you so much. Gracias, hombre.
Giving the ball away on 7 occasions. And here is another great attacking opportunity for the Argentinians. 5 metres out from the Russian line. You can see it there in midfield scrum. They've got options both left and right. Rizzoni feeds. Now they look to try and go wide. There's some space there. The dummy, the show, and the finish. Lovely work from Gaston Reval. The 29-year-old's 38th try. And he had quite a bit of work to do there, Ollie. It wasn't easy.
He did. It's really well taken try from him. Bit of patience. He just waits to see the opening. Got to maybe criticise Russian defence, over-sliding, over-chasing. But there, Reval sees the space, goes through, backs himself. Great confidence from him, and a standout player for Argentina.
The referee took a little bit of time and has now officially blown the try for Gaston Reval. looking to try and add the extras. This is a good polished performance from the Argentinians. That's the reason why they are 6th on the HSBC Sevens World Series. And we saw them give the USA a real run for their money yesterday afternoon. They lost that match by 26-14, and then against Portugal, it was clinical sevens play.
It was in a tough group as well. Obviously, the USA and Australia in there. Only one of these three was going to come out, but their quality outfit in Santiago Gomez-Coro's got them well drilled. They do the basics well, and when they're on their money, they're very difficult to stop.
The Russians started slow again yesterday against South Africa, but gave England some real problems with the 12-all draw. And this afternoon, I see a different Russian side, but they certainly have been well and truly outplayed and outpassioned here, taking some bad options inside their own 22 as it's taken in from Yanushkin, who's just come onto the field. This is better from the Russians. Ball cleared, they've got plenty of players out across the line. Look at the line speed from the Argentinians, how quickly they shut down that space. And now it comes out to Davidov. And a great pass from the midfielder, and you just see the frustration there.
Yeah, you can see all over their faces, but it's great pressure from Argentina, harrying them and forcing the areas, and that's what's so good to see. And they get hungry. They're so impressive defensively, and Russia just don't know how to respond at the moment.
You can't give the ball away in this game. It's 14 minutes long.
Crouch.
And if you're going to give possession away, you're going to be chasing and tackling. A huge part of that 14 minutes. Scrum won by the Argentinians. Escuda gets the ball out, and here comes Russia. Real opportunity now. They've got some pace on the outside. Here comes Yanushkin. The little legs start to pump from Yanushkin. He won't have the pace, so he just pulls out and then looks to throw a wobbly old ball over the top.
It's nearly a hospital pass.
It was almost a hospital. Babaev takes it. Here's a chance, 2-on-1. The pass was knocked down. I think it was deliberate.
Surely that's a yellow card, Willie. If that's a deliberate knockdown there, the referee's given the penalty. That should be yellow for me. Well,
they're going to carry on with it, Russia, and they're going to try and get their first points of the match. Too short. Yanushkin offloads unselfishly, and that was a try that's gone. That pretty much sums up the Russian morning here.
Oh, he's got to be kicking himself there. They've done all the hard work. The overlap's there. All he's got to do is catch it, spills it a yard out. Probably could have jumped on it as it's falling to the ground.
Simplikovic is their top try scorer as well. There he is, 10 tries, 5th tournament.
I'll be on the bloopers reel for him there, won't he?
Won't be too pleased about it.
Wait for 2 seconds, please.
Well, that just shows, Willie, the importance of concentration all the way through. Even when you're there with the try line right in front of you and it's mercy, you've got to stay focused.
Well, that's the thing there. It's just a lapse in concentration, because he is a quality player. There's no doubt about that. And he won't be pleased with his performance. And as I mentioned earlier, this Russian side are only 4 points ahead of Portugal. Of course, we know there's a qualifying tournament happening here, and the 15th ranked team will be relegated. So they're trying to get some valuable points here, and not starting too well. But the Argentinians, that's not their problem. They're 6th on the table, and they're starting to play some attractive sevens rugby. That's a lovely kick, because there's no sweeper. The bounce is all important. Waited for it to bounce up slowly, did Muller, and then he throws the ball out the back. It's gone forward from Yanushkin. He's an exciting player, is Axel Muller, who's just come on the field.
He is, and it's all about the footballing prowess of Revol. And I think we're going to see a lot of that today. The rain is going to dictate that. The conditions are going to dictate that you're going to have to put the boot to ball, put it behind, pose questions of sides, put the pressure on them, and the ones that execute that game plan are going to be the winners in the end.
4 tries to 0 backwards, but yeah, it looked like it had been lost forward. Also means that they need to stand a lot closer, doesn't it? There's no point throwing the 30-metre pass out to somebody in these wet conditions. You've got to condense and then use the space by looping and using your pace and running straight to draw in the defenders.
I mean, it's exactly it. I think you're going to you can't try and force it in these conditions. Tighten up, not going to be the prettiest of sevens, but you can utilise the little offloads and those kicks.
Janushkin comes down the blind side to try and get a short ball, but defence from Argentina was equal to the task, and now they've used their hands. So Muller, he'll probably just tap and kick this out, I'd imagine. They want to just get to the changing rooms. Job done for Argentina, 4 tries. And Gaston Raval is the captain, and that's exactly what he's going to do. No point playing more than they need to, the Argentinians. They have won comprehensively here. They have beaten Russia by 4 tries to 0 and a scoreline of 22 points to 0.